Hi, it's Lisa Petrich, your Youth Director at Unity of Olympia. I'm so glad you've joined me here today. It has been so much fun putting together this video, and I got a lot of good things in store for us. So let's always, as we do, start with prayer. So I've got our little prayer guys, and I've got our little light. I hope you have your light with you so that you can turn yours on as well. And let's put it here. I've got the prayer for us to look at right here, so you can say it with me. Thank you, Spirit, for bringing us together today. May we live, love, and grow from one another. May we be present and mindful to our own self-awareness. Thank you, God. Amen. So I'm going to go back here to me, and I'm hoping to give you some fun and to have some fun with our mindfulness tools. So the first thing I want to do is bring out this ball. I want to bring out this ball again. And I want to bring it out because we need to practice each week just different things about how we move, how we are aware of our own selves. And the biggest thing to be aware of in mindfulness is your breath, because your breath is your closest part to God. So if you take and you breathe in through your nose like you're smelling a flower, and hold it, and then breathe out like you're blowing out a candle. That's what we did last week. We learned those breaths. But now I've got a friend named Amy Steinberg, and she gave me 3 different ways that if you are having one of those big feelings that you can use with your breathing ball to stop those big feelings. So the first one is about stress. So if you're stressed, you're going to breathe in quick and sigh it out. So it would look like this. Practice that with me. Now remember, if you don't have a ball, you can always take your fingers and you can put your hands together and then pull them out. Put your hands together and pull them out. So for the next one, we have to breathe in quick. If we're angry, we breathe in quick and then we force it out. So we breathe in like this, and then we're going to force it out. Breathe in, force it out. So sometimes that just releases some of that tension you feel when you get angry. Because everybody gets angry. Everybody has different ways that they feel that they have to calm down in big feelings. And the last one is when you have anxiety or worry, you're going to breathe in quick and then breathe out slowly, kind of like we did in the beginning. So we breathe in and then breathe it out real slow. So practice that with me. This is if you have anxiety. You breathe in quick and then just breathe it out real slow. And check in with your body when you're done with that. How do you feel after you do those breathing exercises? I feel better. I don't know about you, but I feel good. All right. So we have a Bible quote today. Our Bible quote is, let's go here. It's from Psalms. And our Bible quote says, "For with you is the fountain of life. In your light we see light." And that's from Psalms 36:10. Now, with you is the fountain of life. We say that in Unity kind of like, God is my source. God is my source. And if God is your source of everything you need, then you don't have to experience lack, because you know that things are going to be provided for you. You know you are going to be taken care of. And I think that this is one of the better ones. Oh, I want to tell you about this picture too. This picture I took, you might notice I think that's Mr. Petrich there, but I took this picture at Priest Point Park. And look at how the beautiful colors that came in with that. I really liked it and wanted to share it with you. So we're going to do a little lesson on focus. This is what our focus lesson says. Read with me. Your brain has many important jobs to do. It allows you to smell, taste, and see all automatically. The attention part of your mind keeps you aware of what is happening inside you and around you. In mindfulness, you try to focus your attention on one thing at a time. So that was what we talked about a little bit last week, is focusing on one thing at a time. Let's go to a few other important key points on focus. With practice, your attention can get stronger. Your attention can focus, shift, zoom, settle, expand, and wander. How many of you are wandering about now? Maybe, or you may be just right there with it and right there with me. The last one says everyone's attention will drift or get distracted, and that's okay. It is okay, and it happens to the best of us. So we're going to do a little exercise with clapping and with focus. It says you can get to know what your attention can do by focusing it on something. So we've got to be our own little observer and see how our mind works and see what our body does. So if we take our hands and we rub them together, we're going to focus our attention on our hand and we're going to clap 3 times. Now, I know that was loud. I hope it wasn't too loud over there. But I want you to take now and we are going to look at our hands. We're going to look at each. It has you here wanting to look at your pinky. See if you can zoom your focus on your pinky. Now my pinkies didn't feel that too much, but I know the middle of my hand did. How about you? Where did you feel the energy when you clapped your hands? Now another thing you can do with your hands is sometimes we can play with energy. We can feel the heat of our hands. We can rub them together. And then we can feel some of the energy that we have around us because there is energy here in this world and around us. All right, that's our little exercise. So now we're going to do a video. The important thing for you to do is to stand up. So I'm going to give you a second while I get the video going. I'm going to give you a second, and I want you to stand up, and I want you to interact with this video.
Staying focused on what you are doing can be so challenging, but when you harness the power of your attention, it can make you stronger and more capable to take on your day. Stand steady in mountain, with your feet about hip-width apart, your shoulders relaxed, and your palms facing forward and your body tall. Shift your weight onto your left foot, and slowly lift your right leg off the ground. Bring the sole of your foot onto the inside of your leg, either below or above your knee. Lift your arms. As you work to get steady, let your gaze rest on this dot on the screen. Keep your eyes focused on this spot, and it will help your mind and your body get steady and focused as well. If you find your body wobbling or your attention wandering, just lower your foot down, regain your focus, and then lift back up. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your knee back to front. Lower your arms and your foot down to the ground. Now, lift your left foot and bring it to the inside of your right leg. When you're ready, lift your arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try a little experiment. As the dot moves around, keep watching it and notice what happens in your body. Is it harder to stay balanced? If you fall out of this pose, just pause and then pick your foot back up. Lower your foot down and stand in mountain. Come back to tree with your right foot lifted onto your left leg. Lift your arms overhead and stay focused on that green dot as you find your balance. If the blue dot distracts you and you lose your balance, just place your foot down, focus on the green dot, and lift it back up. Inhale, exhale. Each time you lose focus, notice that you've lost focus, and then bring your attention back to the green dot. You're exercising your focus muscles. Bring your foot to the ground. Pause in mountain pose. Then lift your left foot and bring it to your right leg. Reach your arms up and feel your foot root into the ground. Get steady and watch the dot glow on the screen. Inhale, exhale. Come back to stand and bring one hand onto your heart and one onto your belly. Close your eyes or keep them focused on the screen. What are the things that distract you in your life? Throughout the day, as you notice those things that try to pull your attention, remember, your focus muscle is strong.
Oh, I like that. My focus muscle is strong. I really liked how she did that. I think about a dancer, and a dancer has to stay focused on one area. A lot of times when they're doing those, like the ice skaters and the dancers, when they're doing the big spins, they have to focus on one area, because if they don't, they lose their balance, and then they're off and they could fall. So it's kind of like us. If we don't focus on one thing at a time, we can lose our balance. We can get a little off kilter, and maybe when we're out of balance, we're a little bit different than when we're in balance. We'll just put it that way. So my good friend Bob Sima has a card for this. He calls it the Right in Front of You card. The Right in Front of You card. He's got a song from his Put a Little More Love in the World album. And he says, his quote from the song is, "When you're running from moment to moment, the present can't chase you down. When you're running, when you're going past it, the present can't find you." And so that's a good reminder. And on the back of his card, this is what it says. What is most important to you? What is the next right thing to do? What needs your attention or your focus? The answer to all of the above is simple. Whatever is right in front of you. The present moment is always here. We are the only one that leaves the interaction with eternity. Yes, we can have eternity in every single moment. The key is to be fully present with all of your awareness, your attention, and your focus. Place them into every single moment, and you will have eternity in that moment and the next and the next. Focused awareness is one of your greatest assets. Use it always. So being focused is a great asset to have. You have good focus muscles, is what she said. So your commitment this week is, I choose to focus my conscious awareness on this moment. I choose eternity now. I choose to focus my conscious awareness on this moment. I choose eternity now. Thank you, Bob. That's a great card. I just love that I get to share those with you. So our next thing we do, and this is mainly for our upper elementary and teens, this is a journal of self-realization. It's called Made Out of the Stars. And this journal has quotes, and it has writing prompts in it that you can use. And when you do that, it's to help you to become more self-aware, to realize different things. Like I said, you have to be an observer and sit outside yourself and watch yourself sometimes in how you react to things. So the quote says, for this week, it says, live the wonderful life that is in you. Let nothing be lost upon you. Be always searching for new sensations. Be afraid of nothing. And that's from Oscar Wilde. Now, some of this part, when you're doing this, is being afraid. Sometimes when we want to start something new, we're afraid, and sometimes we're just having trouble finding something new to start. So it's important to think about what it is that you would like new, because our minds need that. They need the change. They get bored. So it could be, when was the last time you experienced something new? It could be a new recipe for eating or for dinner, a new way of doing art or music, or maybe just a new sport. If you find yourself feeling bored, that's the time to find something new to experience. And here's a place to start. I want you to take, and you can either write down or you can share with somebody in your family, 3 things that you've always wanted to do. 3 things you wanted to experience. Maybe you wanted to learn an instrument. Maybe you want to learn a sport. Maybe you want to go back to a theme park again one day when all this is said and done. It's really important to visualize yourself there. So share it, and then I want you to do a little visualization exercise. Take and visualize yourself achieving what you want, because visualization is so important. So let's say I want to learn a new instrument. I'm going to take and I'm going to visualize myself playing that instrument as much as I want to. I don't have to commit to every day, but maybe once a week I'm going to take and pull that instrument out and start somewhere. Karen Drucker says that if you want to learn something new, to take, or you want to incorporate something new into your life, you're going to take and do it for 30 seconds to 5 minutes. Now, all of us could probably take 30 seconds to 5 minutes to think about something new and what we wanted to do. So, for example, if you wanted to learn to play a new instrument, 30 seconds to 5 minutes. Get that instrument out, look at some music, look at something that you want to learn how to do, find a video on it, 30 seconds to 5 minutes. And when you do that, you stimulate your brain. You stimulate it so you're out of your boredom and you can think of something new to do, and it helps you to feel better. It's your homework this week. So in closing, I want us to take and I want us to think again. I want us to think in closing. Let's get the right screen up there. There it is. So in closing, I want you to think about, what principle did we work on today? Did we work on number 1, God is all good and active in everything everywhere? Did we work on number 2, I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and in everyone? How about number 3? I create my experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. I gotta say that one is my favorite. Number 4, through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. Or number 5, I do and give my best by living the truth. I know I make a difference. Think about which one and maybe share it with a friend. You could pause the video if you need to. And then when you're ready, we'll do our closing. Now in our church, we say this prayer of protection, but we also add something to it. So I'm going to do something new today. I'd like you to say with me, when we say the light of God surrounds me, we usually say the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. And we claim that aspect of God for ourselves. So say it with me, and just remember to put the I am part afterward. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And then for all of you who remember, when we get inside, we all put our hands together when we're in the back. And we all kind of get the energy going, and then we go, yay, God! And that's how we end. Have a great week. Thank you.